y equals 2x e to the minus x. Let's have a quick go at this one then, if we can. Okay, let's draw in a couple of little quick things. Let's draw in the line y equals 2x. That will look like this, won't it? That will be the line y equals 2x. We could mark it if we wish. It's only for the purposes of helping us sketch. And e to the minus x. Well, that will, when x is 0, we get 1. And it will shoot off to infinity, won't it? We've done e to the minus x before. And then it will, as x gets positive, it will rapidly go to 0, won't it? So there's e to the minus x as well. And these can serve as guides, because when we think about the product of these two things, the first thing we can see is the product of two positives is positive, so we're in this quadrant, and when x is negative, we've got a positive times a negative, so we're down here. The other thing to note, of course, is when x is 0, input 0, we get 2 times 0 times something, which is 0. So there's a coordinate there. Okay, good. So now let's get the derivative. So here, y dash then, it's a product, so it's u. The v dx, which is a function of a function, e to the something differentiates to e to the something, multiplied by the something differentiated, which is minus 1, plus v times du dx, which differentiates to 2. Let that equal 0. So what does that imply? Well, a 2 is common, and e to the minus x is common, so take that outside a bracket. So that leaves the 1 lot of there with a minus x left. And I've written it the second term first and the first second. So that tells us then that this equals 0 when x equals 1. So if we mark off 1, don't forget that this guide here now tells us that when x is 1, we need to have a height of 2 on this curve, which is going to be about up here, isn't it? So this is why we need to mark off 1. We've got a value, a turning point. So we know there's a turning point here. So let's just work out y1 is equal to, so it's 2 lots of 1 is 2, e to the minus 1, which is 2 over e. E is bigger than 2, so this number here is just is less than 1. So it's going to be underneath 1, and there's a turning point here, say, just underneath 1. Okay, now let's look at x large. When x gets large, this is so much smaller than this 2x, so the product will be very, very small. So it's going to tend to 0, and then it's going to come up to this value here, and then go through 0. Now when x is negative, the product is negative. But when x is large, negative, this is negative times a very large number. So their product must be very, very large. So it shoots off to minus infinity, doesn't it? So I think that's enough to draw the essence of the curve now. So it's going to come up from here, come to a maximum there, then swing down, and then very rapidly turn around and go straight back down. So that's really what we wanted to draw. See if I can draw this side just a tad better than I've done. So it's going to come over to a maximum, and then turn there, and then twist back quickly to 0. Okay, let's confirm that with a sketch now. So 2x e to the power bracket minus x, I'll just write that down. Let's do it from minus 2 to 3, say. And then plot that. And we can see the characteristic shape. It shoots off to minus infinity on this side, as we said, turns into a maximum at 1, and then twists back on itself and turns to the value 0.